there. If you've signed up for different types of media services like Hulu and Netflix and even Sling TV, you may now be wondering what kind of devices you can access those services through. This is where traditional TV really departs, and you've got a whole wide range of options, all of which still can be connected back to your television if you choose and want things on a bigger screen. There's a whole wide variety of ways that you can access these kinds of online services, starting with something that you might already have on hand, such as your mobile smartphone or tablet. A lot of these media applications like Netflix and Hulu and others that you would access, in fact, most everything out there now likely has an app that you can download directly through your device's app store. Usually the app itself is free to download, and then within it you have to either, if you haven't already, sign up for these services or enter in your login and password, so that way they recognize you as a registered paying customer for these items. So this allows you to go ahead and view things anytime, anywhere you have access to an internet connection, whether that be your home's internet or Wi-Fi service, or a free Wi-Fi service that you can access out in the public somewhere, or even your cell phone's data plan. Just remember that if you're off the cell phone's data plan, streaming video is going to eat into a lot of that monthly allotment. So be really, really judicious about when you do that. But it's a good place to start is right on your mobile device, because it doesn't require you to invest any more money in hardware in order to enjoy these services as soon as you sign up for them. If you have probably within a couple of years old, like maybe 3 to 5 years old, a lot of TVs now have an HDMI cable, which allows you to hook up digital devices and transfer and view data on that screen. The trade-off of that is that then you don't have your phone available to you to really go through and surf the net while you're watching TV, unless you do it off your iPad or switch up how you're going to use it. I mean, your tablet or things like that. And maybe that doesn't matter to you, maybe it does, but it's something to consider, that if you're going to use your mobile device, whether it be a phone or a tablet, to essentially hook that up to your television, then you end up limiting yourself a little bit as to what you can do with that while you're watching television. If that becomes important to you, or you want a dedicated streaming device for accessing your different online media sources, then you get into other things like a Roku or an Apple TV, or I think it's called Amazon Fire, which are either devices or media sticks, USB based, that you connect to your Wi-Fi service that you've set up at home. And then once that device is connected, you then also connect it to your television, and the device itself comes preloaded with the applications, with a lot of applications, and then you can always add more a lot of the times down the road that you might want. But a lot of the times they already come preloaded with the application for Netflix and Hulu and YouTube, as well as other apps for accessing streaming music. Sometimes they come with other streaming services at no extra charge for some types of news and in sports and educational programming like PBS and Discovery Kids and things like that. So which is very nice. And then, just like with using your mobile device, you would then click on an application such as a Netflix or Hulu, and you would log in or create an account as a paid subscriber. So that way, then at any point in time, you can just flip through those different applications and watch your programming. And and then still have your other devices freed up for whatever you may want them for. And even if it's just to know that you haven't drained their battery in order to stream media, that's something. So, those are options as well. You can also just watch this stuff directly off of your computer. You know, a lot of the times you can log in and to your account through your computer's browser and just sit and watch at your computer. But again, if it's a desktop computer, it's limiting because you can only watch it there unless you're going to start moving your computer around from place to place. And you know, so it's an option, but usually it's, you know, going to be more convenient for the user to be able to do it off of their device or off of another streaming device like a Roku or Apple TV or Amazon Prime. So those are some options for being able to access the media services that we talked about in our last episode. And just like anything else, when you're trying to determine which one is best for you, you need to do your homework and first before you buy and look, because each one of these things has there's price differentials for each one. I'm not even going to venture to get into that particular aspect of it in this episode, because really at any point in time, you know, if you're watching this later on, the prices could change at some point. So it really is just better to go out there and look at the different devices that are available and do a price comparison. And then also look at and compare the conveniences and the trade-offs of doing one over the other in terms of what's really going to work for you and your family, in terms of how you access your media and use your different devices and what you can afford. So I hope that this episode was helpful for you, and stay tuned because part 3 will be coming out, which is all about data. Thanks for watching.